Man, disappointing loss. I just thought, obviously go back and watch the film, but we just seemed a step slower. They just looked a little quicker to the ball, sharper running offense. We gave up some critical offensive rebounds where we had good defensive possessions. It wasn't like they were in mass, but you felt like the ones they got were critical. Our defensive discipline in the first half wasn't very good, and we continued to go for shot fakes on the perimeter. We fouled jump shooters multiple times, but other times they were able to get us up in the air, drive it, and creating shots. I mean, the first half they had 12 makes, 8 threes, and several free throws. I mean, they'd only made 4 twos, 8 points from 2 at halftime, and had 39 points. So 31 points are from 3 and free throws. And we weren't very good to end the half. Came out the second half a little slow. And, it was kind of a critical stretch. We got down to 11 and came back and tied it, and it was right back to 6 in a hurry. La Tech's good. They're good. But they just looked like they wanted it more than us, and that's on me. We needed to be better than we were. It ended up 11. It felt more than that. Questions?
You mentioned sort of that middle end of the first half, start of the second. I think it was 19-3 run, sort of from that tied point to when y'all were, down coming out. Was it just a lack of energy? What did you see in that stretch?
Yes, just juice, energy, edge to get a defensive assignment correct, to get the defensive rebound, to come down and execute offense with some pace, and all 5 guys get it right. It doesn't take a lot when you're playing other good teams. All of a sudden we have 4 more turnovers and they have 5 more rebounds. Well, there's your -9 when you combine those two. And then when you give up a couple critical ones that are easies, the old board stickbacks. I mean, they beat us in second chance points 18-9. Points off turnovers 12-9. It's not this, but we got you're not scoreboard watching, but we got a little help before the game started. Jacksonville State hadn't lost all year at home, and Mexico State goes and beats them, so they got 4 losses, and you got a chance to be in a tie for first and play with that kind of energy. Was disappointing.
JP, you were a big part of the team being able to tie it up in the first half after y'all got down 11. What did you feel on the court was happening where sort of that energy dissipated at the end of the first half and going in the start of the second?
I'm really not sure. I think we let that get to us a little bit, coming back from that deficit. I really don't know. I feel like that got to us, though. I feel like we thought we were really good in a good position, then we just let it go a little bit.
Nick, y'all were switching ball screens with the posts all night and worked sometimes, and other times La Tech was able to take advantage. Yeah. What was the thing on the scout you saw where that was the game plan?
Well, we didn't get it right enough was number one, because with the way Elkington shoots it, if they're on a 2-man ball screen, if you're hard hedging, he just picks and pops it, and it's got a wide open 3. But there were times where it was an easy – well, not easy, but it's a clear time to switch. We don't switch, and they get something easy out of it. There were times that it should have been over or under, or a hard hedge with Bacho in the game, and we switch. It's that stuff. It's not like I'm sure somebody 12 rows in the stands, you're not something that's a blatant mistake, but from the scouting report that we worked on for the last couple of days is a mistake. There's just that stuff, a communication error. Well, you can't afford that when you're playing against Daniel Bacho. He's good. You can't do that when Sean Newman, he controlled the game from tip to buzzer. 23 points, 6 assists, 2 turnovers, 4 rebounds, goes 11 for 11 from the free throw line. He was really good.
Coach, the physicality was there from starting tip to the end of it.
Yep.
What were you guys talking about in the huddles to try and help offensively, defensively?
Well, that was one area where like they fouled 25 times. They called 25 fouls on them, and we shot 27 free throws. They shot 29, but obviously that there at the end we're fouling intentionally. But the foul count and our ability to get to the free throw line was fine. We just it was the other areas that we just weren't good enough. We weren't good enough to win the game.
JP, y'all face a hot Sam Houston team on Saturday. Quick turnaround. What do y'all have to do, as a team to flush it right now and get ready, with a quick game coming up?
I feel like we just have to rinse this L and be better than we was today, tomorrow. Wash this off and just get back in the gym, prep good again. I feel like we prepped good this past couple of days for La Tech, but we just didn't bring it to the court. So we just got to prep good and bring it to the court.
Thank you.